All right, well, have you ever messed up dinner so bad you were forced to order takeout?
Yeah, so even small mistakes can ruin a meal, but you don't have to toss it in the trash just yet, at least according to our next guest, a lifestyle expert. Victoria Sophia is here with the top cooking mistakes and how to fix them.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start with the basics right now. Reading the recipe.
Okay. Oh, you're laughing, but here's the thing. We all sometimes forget to do that.
Okay.
But there's a term called mise en place, and you don't have to go to culinary school. If you've watched any cooking show, you should know what this is. It's everything in its place. That means before you do anything, you read the recipe, get everything out in front of you, and if you do that, you can see what you don't have. And if you don't have something, you can either run out to the store and get it, or find substitutions in your pantry. Like seltzer water could be used if you're baking and you don't have oil or eggs. Applesauce can be used sometimes. So there are times that you can actually save dinner by not having to find out too late into the game that you're missing something.
Seltzer for eggs and oil?
Things like that.
Okay, so another mistake is not letting the pan get hot enough before you mix everything in. Is that fixable or does it really matter?
Okay, so if you don't let it get hot enough, it's going to cause your food to have to cook a lot longer in time. So if you're in a crunch and you want to get food done really fast, it's not the best thing. You want to make sure that you throw a bit of oil or water on your pan in advance to find out if it's hot enough. Then you don't have to worry about that, and you can, make sure that cooking time is a lot less.
And why do you say the size of the pot or pan matter?
It actually does because of the fact that, I know, these things do matter though because of the fact that you want to make sure that everything cooks evenly. So if you have, let's say, a sheet pan and everything can't be, assembled neatly on it and not on everything on top of each other, then it won't cook properly. So you want to make sure you have that. And if you are baking something and you have one size pan and you don't have the other, you can adjust the time or the temperature to make sure things can still cook with what you have in your kitchen.
Okay, I don't think I ever have this issue, but is there a way to prevent over or under seasoning? One thing I'm gonna do, I'm a seasoner.
Her whole foot is gonna be in it.
Right.
For the people that don't do that, you want to make sure that you actually taste as you go. Tasting as you go will let you know if something's too salty, not salty enough, not seasoned enough. And if something is too salty, there is a way to fix it. You can either add more dairy, more oil, or more water, more broth, depending on what you're cooking, to make sure it's diluted. And my favorite, if you have an uncooked potato, you can throw that into the pot and make sure that all the salt is actually absorbed also. So you still learn, even though you season everything, you still learn something.
All right, so when we're grilling, is it possible to turn the food too much?
Yes.
Okay, well, thanks.
And during the summer, I think we see a lot of people at the grill, and they're so excited, and they keep turning and turning and turning. But here's a quick thing to know. For 2 minutes on each side, that's rare. 5 minutes on each side, that is well done. So you can wait and leave it there, depending on what how you want everything. Just leave it alone, because otherwise things are going to stick or not cook properly. You don't want that, especially if you're in charge of the grill. That's really important.
What about, is there a takeaway for grilling? You know how some people will lay out, not saran wrap, foil on the grill versus the actual hot grill. Will that make a difference in the cooking time?
It does and it doesn't. Okay. So it depends on the grill that you have. It depends on what you're cooking. So if you're cooking meat, poultry, things like that, sometimes peak meat and foil is a great thing. Other times just brushing the grill itself will help you also.
At what point do you just kind of make reservations? and you just was like, you know what?
We could scrap this whole thing and just start with that. Just if it's so bad, just make reservations, order in. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm just saying if you find yourself trying to make a really great meal for people or for yourself, there are really easy ways for you to save dinner.
These were great tips.
They're simple, so I like doing that. I like sharing simple ways so that our life can be easier, especially after a long work day.
Yes.
Absolutely, Victoria.
Well, note taken. Victoria, thank you for joining us.
Thanks again.
And for more ideas and inspiration, you can follow Victoria on Instagram. Her information is right there on your screen.